Good afternoon. Once again, welcome to Vegas Strong and Fearless. Vegas Strong and Fearless. Here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I hope you're doing fine wherever you find yourself. I just got through recording my other show, and the Living Kingdom Church.com. Look at that show. I think you're going to enjoy it. In fact, I know you're going to enjoy it. We're talking about the faith in that particular show. And I gave out my email for that particular show, the livingkingdomchurch.com. And the email is a memory of love at cox.net. This show, VegasStrongandFearless.com, just email me at rudy@vegasstrongandfearless.com and send me your emails, your concerns, your victories, and whatever is on your heart. Send me those emails. Before we begin the show, I've been watching. I don't watch the news very often. In fact, the only news that I really watch comes over through Facebook. But I've been kind of bothered by the situation that is happening in the streets, the protesting. What happened to the virus? It seems like people have forgot about the virus. It's becoming history, which is good news, by the way. They're opening up everything out here in Las Vegas. But the concern I have is the marching of the folks in the street protesting what they did in Missouri with this gentleman Floyd, and they murdered him. And in fact, I just heard they just arrested 3 other policemen and they charged them with participating in this murder. In Buffalo, they had 20 plus officers resign because of the police protesting the way the government, the mayor is treating the police department. Well, I think we need to take a stand. As a pastor, I am taking a stand more and more on racism. It's wrong. Discrimination, it's wrong. The way they're treating certain people is wrong. And the guilty individuals, a lot of times, are the leaders, the pastors, the churches that are not taking a stand, and they're allowing racism to occur in a different department, be it police, be it firemen, be it in city hall, wherever, in their churches. You know, the most racist, discriminated day is Sunday. Why is that so? And I hope that you will take a stand on this situation, on the way that our country is being, certain people are being treated. Take a stand against racism in your neighborhood, in your schools, in your churches, in your job, wherever you find a multi-ethnic makeup. Take a stand. We're all equal. We're all in this together. What's occurring in the streets in Mississippi, in Missouri, in Los Angeles, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect me. Sooner or later, it's going to be in our backyard if we allow it to. Take a stand. Please, take a stand. This afternoon, we're going to be talking on the subject of greatness. Anyone can become great. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. And I believe that you have the ability, I have the ability to become great. But you must believe it. You must believe it so much that it's ingrained in you Now, nothing can stop you. Nothing will stop you other than yourself. You want to be great? That's what it's all about. You want to make money? We're not going to talk about money. But behind me, oh, it's right here, in fact. I have a picture of money. Because, remember, as I opened the show, I said, if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. I want to do a show down the road on how to become rich, how to make money. It's in your DNA, and it will work for you as it will work for me to become great. So let's talk about anyone can become great. Remember Alexander the Great? I was looking at a story this week. When he was 20 years old, he was conquering countries. Unbelievable. Now, what makes a person great? Anyone, say this, anyone can become great. Before we continue, I forgot to do what I always do every week. The Father and I are one. That's part of becoming great, by the way. To believe the Son and I are one. I'm getting closer to greatness if I believe this. The Holy Spirit and I are one. Believe that fact, and you're making your movement towards greatness. I want to see you great. Anyone can be great. It has nothing to do with environment. You know, there's some people say, well, I live in the ghetto, I live in the slum, or I live in East LA, or I live in a place where it's not very nice economically and nice greenery, and has nothing to do with environment or location. Well, I don't have the education that I don't have the titles, that I don't have the money. Has nothing to do with that. To become great has nothing to do with that. I'm going to give you a few steps, principles, in how to become great. And as time goes on, if you have any questions on anything I say, email me, call me, and we'll go into detail. I'm not going to have much time to go into detail on these particular principles that one must follow to become great. Number one, there is a principle of power in everyone. Let me say this again. There is a principle of power in everyone. That has to be number one principle to begin. If you don't believe that what made Alexander great, what made Kobe Bryant great, what made George Burns great, what made Frank Sinatra great, what made President Theodore Roosevelt great, what made, and I can go on and on and on, that power was in them. For you see, it begins within, not without. It doesn't begin with, oh, I went to a fine school. Oh, no, I have money in the bank. Oh, no, I drive in a beautiful car. Oh, my parents, my heredity, have the blood. No. It's inside of you. It's inside of me. In the past, I've been teaching a class on the formless substance, the Almighty. Without formless substance, the Almighty, because I'm His creation, that substance, that part of His DNA, that part of who He is in me. He is a great one. That means I can be a great one if I could understand that substance and if I can believe and understand who He is. There is a principle of power in everyone. Genius is omniscient flowing into me. Genius, the Almighty, is omniscient, all knowledgeable. It's flowing into me. It's a continual reservoir. It's a continual flow of this power of being a genius. It's not one day I just wake up and say, you know what, I'm a genius now. No. By the way, it's not talent either. You can't say, well, I'm talented, so I want to become a genius. No. It's being locked and understand that it's in me and it's just going to continue to flow. I just need to be connected. It's just like a water that's flowing and you're thirsty. A faucet that's flowing. If you don't put the glass under that faucet to get some water to fulfill that thirst, well, the movement to put that glass under that water under that faucet will fulfill and complete your thirst. It's the same thing with the genius that's flowing in me. I need to connect to that genius flow. And believe it or not, you will become a genius. Genius is more than talent, but genius is a union of man and God in who acts of the soul. Let me read this again. Genius is more than talent, but genius is a union of man and God in who acts of the soul. So that genius of the Almighty is flowing and is penetrating my soul. If I allow it to. I could block it. And I think in the past I mentioned blocks of fear, blocks of criticism, blocks of I'm losing my love, blocks of death, blocks of sicknesses. All that blockage stuff will stop the flow that wants to come into your life. Number 6, the power of conscience is not given to lower animals. The power of conscience is not given. The power of conscience is not given to lower animals. So you see these animals over here, from the dogs to the cats to the horses, they don't have the opportunity that you and I have to become a genius, to become great. Number 7, and this is very, very important. If you get any of these principles, please get this one. The purpose of life for man is growth. As a child is born and grows into manhood, womanhood, growth. You plant a seed, growth. You plant a tree, growth. You're meant to grow. If you stop growing, something's wrong. And 95% of the reason why you're not growing holistically is because of me. If I'm not growing mentally, physically, spiritually, it's my fault. The purpose of life for man is growth. Man, number 8, man is formed for growth. You are made to grow. You are made and formed to develop. You are made and formed to increase. You are made and formed to expand. Again, if it's not happening, it's your fault. It's my fault. There is, number 9, there is genius in every man and woman waiting to be brought forth. That flow that is moving within the soul, that genius form of mine, is up to you to capture it. Number 10, the principle of power gives us what we ask for. The principle of power gives us what we ask for. Remember, I taught Ask, believe, and receive. You want some power? Ask for it. Believe it, you will receive it. Number 11, power comes out from the center of Him. This power that will make me great has to come from within me. I call this, and we call this, a solar plexus, which is right in here. If you believe that energy force is right there, it's going to have to come out sooner or later. And hopefully, as people see this power coming out, not talent, but they're going to say, that person, that's a great person there. You're going to see, as you look in the mirror, I'm establishing myself and becoming great. The last one, you can become what you want to be. What do you want to be? You want to be great? Or you don't want to be great? You want to be average? No, you don't want to be average. You want to be great and above average. You want to be whatever you touch. I remember I told somebody one day, whatever I touch, it will succeed. Because I believe in this power. Whatever you touch, you want to succeed. You see, it's either going to succeed or it's going to fail. Nothing was ever a man that is not in you. There's nothing new. This idea of greatness is nothing new. If it was in that great person, it's nothing new. It was there, and you have it too. Now, if you think a certain way, you act a certain way, you live a certain way, we're talking about greatness now, you're going to have to act great. Are you acting great? Are you thinking great? Are you living great? I hope so. Because it's for your benefit and for other benefits. If you want to help somebody, if you want to help family and friends, and you can't do it unless you help yourself and you become great. I am great. Repeat that wherever you find yourself. I am great. I will become great. There's a scripture in the Bible, and we're going to talk about my other show in a few, just for this moment. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. You know why I'm great? Because of Him. You know why you want to be? You know why you can become great? Because of Him. You just need to understand the power you have in you. God bless you. We're looking forward to continue to talk to you next week, and I hope this past week or this week that you're in right now, that you're experiencing some great things in your life. Again, God bless you. See you in a few days.